Okay, Danny, we're here for a very special occasion, and that's to unveil our All-Central Texas girls basketball team, and this was not going to be a very easy assignment. There's so many good girl basketball players. But let's start from the very top. The MVP, drum roll please, is...
All right, thanks for the little drum roll. Player of the year this year is going to be Kaylin Martin out of Pflugerville. Kaylin doesn't have the best stats in the area, but you could argue that she had the most to do with her team's success. Second on the team scoring with, I do believe, 12.1 points a game. Defense, she had 2.9 steals a game. She's among the area leaders in the assists per games. And I got to see Pflugerville a lot this year. And fact of the matter was, when she was on the bench with foul trouble or just not in a game at all, the team just didn't run the same without her. She was the general. Her senior leadership, she's played on varsity for 4 years, started for 3 years, and just what she brought, her intangibles to the team, I think just boosted her a little bit over the rest of the girls that we have on the first team. So, it was a close vote, but I think Kaylin Martin is a clear-cut player of the year.
Speaking of Pflugerville, one of her teammates, first teamer, but there was no doubt about that.
Yes, our youngest player on our All-Centex teams, Nneka Enekampali. She's a sophomore. We've mentioned her name a lot. You'll hear it a lot more. She's a star in track and volleyball. She got injured in the very last game of the year against Houston Nimitz, but when she was healthy, she's Pflugerville's leading scorer. She was our leading rebounder, and she led them in blocks too. So offense, defense, she was all over the floor, and you can expect that she's going to be returning to this team a couple times over the next couple of years.
Speaking of first team, one person that doesn't need an introduction is from Del Valle.
Yeah, Shawnee Washington. Lots of questions about her this year. She's a Baylor commit. At one point, I think she's like one of the top rated recruits in the nation, but she's coming off an ACL injury, and you could not tell. This year led them to the regional finals where they lost to Hayes, led them in scoring, 17 points a game, 9 rebounds. Monster year coming off that ACL injury, and those numbers would have been even higher, but she's only playing about 20 minutes a game because her coaches were very cautious with the way they played her coming off that injury, and they pulled her a lot in the fourth quarter. So good numbers from her, especially when you consider what she went through to get back on the court this year.
And two girls that are rounding out the team this year.
We just talked about Hayes, Shelly Calabrese. She was their starting guard there, 13 points a game, leading scorer. Hayes got to the state tournament mostly because of her play, so I think she was a shoo-in for the pick. And our last choice goes up to Cedar Park, Maddie Wheeler. She was their leading scorer in the district, 16-5A MVP. So all in all, I think that was a very solid team. All these girls were stellar players. Maddie is a junior, Nneka is a sophomore, so you can expect to see a lot more of them next year. The rest of the 3 players are seniors. So yeah, I feel
did
good.
A pretty good job, and the MVP I think was a very good choice, and the whole team, top to bottom, it's hard to beat any of them.
And be sure to check out today's paper. There's going to be the second and third team in the paper, as well as our Coach of the Year pick and our Newcomer of the Year pick. So be sure to check that out in the paper.
And the boys will be out on Friday, so we'll get to do this again. But good job, Danny.
Oh, thanks.
All right.